Hi, my name is Zaira Sylvain, and I did my poster project on the Alzheimer's disease. Alzheimer's is the most common form of dementia. The general term for it is memory loss and other cognitive abilities serious enough to interfere with daily life. Alzheimer's accounts for 60 to 80% of dementia cases. As you can see here with this figure, a healthy brain has a good amount of the cerebral cortex intact, as well as a minimal amount of cerebral spinal fluid. But a person with Alzheimer's, their cortex shrivels up, damaging areas involved in thinking, planning, and remembering. Their ventricles are filled with the cerebral spinal fluid, and those fluids growing larger is what is affecting the person's memory loss. The top 10 warning signs for Alzheimer's is memory loss that disrupts daily life, challenges in planning or solving problems, difficulty completing familiar tasks at home, at work, or at leisure, confusion with time or places, trouble understanding visual images, and having spatial angry relationships, new problems with words and speaking or writing, misplacing things and losing the ability to retrace their steps, decreased poor judgment, withdrawal from work or social activities, and the last one would be changes in mood and personality. The common symptoms that are for Alzheimer's are cognitive symptoms, which include mental decline, difficulty thinking and understanding, confusion in the evening hours. Their behavioral symptoms are aggression, their personality changes, their mood swings are more erratic. Their whole body loses either appetite or restlessness. You can rarely find a person with Alzheimer's who can sit still for 10 minutes because their minds are going at an all-time speed, all the time, trying to figure out what to do, how to do it, and it's not connecting. Those nerve cells aren't connecting for them. There are 3 stages to Alzheimer's: the early stage, the middle stage, and the late stage. The early stage is called the mild Alzheimer's disease stage because the person is still able to be independent, they can still drive, they can still talk, they can still be active socially and physically, but they do suffer from minimal memory loss, and they find it hard to remember where they put common household things like forgetting their keys, not knowing where their wallet is at times. The middle stage is the moderate Alzheimer's stage, and this is known as the longest stage. It can last from 6 years to 20 years because it has the most effect on the person. They really become erratic. They start to confuse their words more, and their brain is becoming so damaged that the cells aren't making connections the way they used to. So there's an increased risk of wandering and becoming lost. The late stage is the most severe stage, and that's when the individual is not able to be independent anymore. They require the most amount of care, and they need to be watched at all times because their mind is no longer theirs, as some may say. The disease does affect everyone involved and not just the patient. My grandmother had Alzheimer's, well, she has Alzheimer's, and she was someone who we never thought would ever have this disease because she was such an independent person. She worked until she was 65. She raised 14 kids on her own. So it was a very tough ordeal for everyone involved. She did not like having in-home care or help of any sort. So she became very angry at times and frustrated with herself. So this is why it is so important that we find treatment for this disease. There are many medications you can take to slow down the progression. You can eat well and create a safe and supportive environment for the person. And exercise and nutrition is a very good thing to keep in balance because having a steady amount of healthy fluids, healthy beverages, and healthy amount of food can help them become a better individual in their environment. Because Alzheimer's is the 6th leading cause of death in the United States, it is critical that we be informed, stay aware, and find a cure for this disease. It affects millions of people, and it kills more than breast cancer and prostate cancer combined. So that should just give you an insight of how much of a difficult disease it is and how it is very important for us to eliminate it in our lives.